And a happy new year. What's going on, y'all? What's up? What's happening? Back again. Joseph Morrison, aka Kojo Locks, in the house. Back to give you a little bit more. What? Oh, you mean that fresh bit? You feeling that? You like that, huh? I know you saw it and you were like, yo, this guy's wearing a pink sweater with the. I know you seen the pink backdrop though, like, you know what I'm saying? You know what's funny? I was actually, I have a pink toque, right? And it's new. But I was like, should I kill him with the pink toque? It's like, nah, you can't wear the pink toque because you told them that they should be wearing toques. Like, but that pink toque is fire. Yeah, but bro, you just told them in the last video that they can't be wearing no pink toques or toques in general. You'd be a hypocrite. Yeah, but fire? All right, I'm gonna kill y'all with a pink toque real quick. Like, with the pink toque though? Don't come for me. All right, so now that we got that out the way, let's get into the video. So basically we're just gonna be talking about literally the things you need. Obviously there's a lot of things that you could use to help you, benefit you, things that might just work better for you, things that help to make your process easier, all that kind of extra fluff. But today I just wanted to talk about the things that are literally essential to your locking journey, especially in that starter phase process. So what we're gonna go into is simply talking about those things and those things only. And then, you know, in later videos, we'll talk about other things. So let's get to it. What we're gonna be talking about specifically today is, one, we're gonna talk about hair protection, right? So just things that are gonna help to protect your hair in that starter locking phase. The second thing we're gonna talk about is hair and scalp. Stop clapping your hands, dog. The second thing we're gonna talk about is hair and scalp nutrition. So these are just things that are gonna help to keep your scalp healthy, keep your hair healthy. Obviously, we wanna make sure that we're doing those things, otherwise our hair is not gonna grow as efficiently as it can. And I mean, you know, you wanna think about your hair like a plant, right? You gotta do things to take care of that plant, like watering it, making sure it has the right sunlight, all that kind of extra stuff. So we wanna make sure we're doing similar things for our hair, and we'll kind of get into that. And that third thing is gonna be self-maintenance, right? So as you know, or as you can imagine, your scalp and your hair are on your head. So if you're not taking care of yourself, how is your hair gonna be maintained, right? Pretty simple stuff. So we're just gonna jump right into that and discuss those three things. Ready? Let's do it. All right, so number one, we're gonna talk about hair protection. Very simple. This is gonna be a quick and easy one. And if we're talking about the one thing as a starter locker, that's right, one thing as a starter locker that you wanna think about using to protect your hair, meaning maintain the integrity of the locks, maintain them and help them to stay together. You're trying to protect the integrity of each parted section in your hair. And of course, you're looking at my head like, integrity? That looks like a pile of garbage. That's a part of the process, and we'll talk about the frizzing and those stages down the road, like the ugly stage. We'll get there. But if we're talking about trying to do your best to maintain the integrity of each locking section and your locks going through that locking process, this is the one thing you need, bro. This is it right here. All you need is a do-rag. You want to get a silk and satin do-rag. I talk a little bit more about what it does and things like that in my my nighttime routine video, and I'll put a link up here. If you haven't seen that video, go check that out to see what your nighttime routine would look like. But you just want a silk and satin do-rag so that at night when you're going to sleep, or if you're hanging around the house during the day, you're putting that do-rag on your head, wrapping it up, keeping your hair compressed, keeping it together, and therefore, you know, not allowing you to do things that are going to detriment your hair, like rubbing it on a pillow by accident, or if you're, you know, if you're taking your shirt on and off for whatever reason, it's going to be getting through your hair. Like, just, you want to be doing things that aren't going to be ruffling up your hair too much. And using that silk or satin do-rag, specifically silk or satin, is going to be ideal for that. And the reason why we want to do silk and satin really briefly is just the type of material that silk satin do-rag will just prevent your hair from getting caught in the do-rag when it's on your head, and also help to not take out the moisture that you're applying to your hair to obviously keep your hair moist, because moisture, just like a plant, helps growth, right? So the number one thing I would say for hair protection, silk satin do-rag. That's it. That's pretty much all you're gonna need as far as something to keep your hair protected, whether it be in the day, whether it be at night. if you are working in a job, or if your lifestyle allows you to wear it when you go out, or that's okay for you, then do that. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't necessarily need to be wearing it as often as possible per se, but just if you're going to be in compromising situations where your hair could be, well, compromised, then I would say rock that silk satin do-rag, keep it together, and as you go weeks and months into that starter lock process, you're going to see how beneficial that is. And number one thing, and I can't stress this enough, you have to wear that at night. No, you have to wear it at night. Wear it at night. Okay? Every night, wear it at night. Wear it. All right. Number two, we're talking about hair and scalp nutrition. So these are the things that are going to help to keep your hair and scalp nutritious. I mean, well, I feel like nutritious makes your head sound edible. I just mean things that are going to help to promote a healthy hair and scalp. That's all I'm saying. Don't eat your head. That doesn't even make sense. What am I talking about? Anyway, so why don't I just hit you guys with the bag? I'm just going to show you what my hair nutrition bag looks like, and we'll talk about the essentials in that bag. Hit it! Bam! This is the bag. The bag that holds my hair nutrition products. Let's take a look. Ooh, yeah. The bag. Hair nutrition. We're talking about moisture. So moisture is obviously very key for your daytime routine, especially when I do my moisturizing. You're just gonna wanna use either warm water. So let's say in the morning you wash your face, you brush your teeth, gather a little bit of warm water in your hands, right? Kind of swish it around in your hands, and you can use that and just pop through the locks. So just to get that moisture in the hair, and then go in with applying your oils, but also something else for moisture that you can use that a lot of lockers would know about, and I hope you understand, is rose water. So rose water is huge. The reason why rose water is really, really good is because not only is it gonna help to moisturize your hair, but it's also kind of a disinfectant. So it helps to, well, it is a disinfectant. So it helps to pretty much, just helps to get rid of a lot of the buildup that's in the hair, and just kind of works towards bacterial buildup in the hair and those kinds of issues that could potentially occur, right? So the rose water just gives that moisture and that little extra bonus of obviously keeping unwanted bacteria and buildup out of the hair. So what I do is, I got myself a spray bottle, right? You can get these at any health beauty store. And you know what? I'm just gonna really hit you guys with those local tips in terms of where to go. They're probably closed, let's be honest. But wherever you can get one of these bottles, just one of these plastic bottles, spray bottle, so you can open it up. So what you do is you open it up, and then you get your rose water and you just put it in here. Any health nutrition store you can get it at. I'm pretty sure you can I think you can get it at Shoppers Drug Mart. But look it up online and just look for stores that are local to you where you can get some good quality rose water. But I fill it in, just toss it in there. And the reason why I like this particular spray bottle is it's a mist. Let me give you guys a little, So it's a mist, right? So it kind of gives a good mist. It kind of gives a good wide angle kind of burst shot. So the benefit of that is that you're gonna cover more of your head, as opposed to usually when you buy just a rose water bottle, it's a very narrow mist or a very narrow spray. So you're gonna be kind of spraying possibly too much. But with this, I'll just give you guys a little rundown. Tilt my head down, bam, right? One or two of those, and then I just go in. Again, gentle rubbing through the sections primarily, right? I know you're roasting me right now. I know you're roasting me. You're going, what sections? I just see an afro and dreads, right? But you know, go ahead. It's funny. I get it. It's funny. Anyway, so that's it. That's literally all I do. Now there's kind of moisture added to the hair, so I'm good to go, and I'm good to go into my second essential thing for my hair, which is our oil or our sealant. So now that we've moisturized the hair, right, we've put moisture into the locks, moisture into the scalp, we're gonna wanna go in with our oils. So now oils is something that you can kind of have your own concoction of oils that you like to use. The oil thing is something that can be pretty, like it kind of branches off into different avenues that you can be using essential oils that are gonna help for different specific things. So you kind of wanna get a mixture that works for you, and I'll just give you a brief rundown of what I do, and then one day I'm definitely gonna make a video on different kinds of oils, how they benefit your hair, how blending them together benefits your hair, that kind of thing. But today I just wanted to let you know the essentials. Again, I got one of these just from a local store. So just the bottle, you can buy like 6 of them. I think it was like, I don't even remember. I get glass. Get glass. Glass is just better, it lasts longer, it's more sustainable. And yeah, plastic isn't really your friend in that way. So I prefer to use, like I've used a bunch of different kinds of bottles. I've used like the mini spray bottles. I've used applying it from like pouring the oil into my finger and trying to go in. But the reason I like these ones, and I'll show you the kind of bottle it is. So it's like a dropper bottle, like you see. So you just kind of go in there, squeeze, right? Fills up your spout a little bit, and then you can just drop it in. I'm trying not to make a mess on my carpet because my wife will kill me. So literally I just take it off. I go through those parted sections. I'll drop a few drops through each section. I just go in, same formula that I could do with the moisturizer, gentle massaging through the parted sections because that's primarily where you want to get the oil. And then you're just gonna do a light rub of the locks. How those two things work hand in hand, your moisturizer and your sealant, is kind of self-explanatory, but pretty much your rose water or your water is gonna help to bring moisture to your scalp, right? So just like a plant, you're adding water to it, right? So it's gonna add that moisture to the scalp, give some moisture to the hair so it helps to prevent breakage. And then putting that oil on top of the parted sections is gonna help to seal in the moisture. Moisture first, then do your oils, right? If you do your oil first, it's a sealant. So if you don't have any moisture in your scalp and you're putting a sealant on, you're not sealing in anything. So definitely make sure you go in first with your spray, really just light sprays, rub it in, and then going back in with your oils, you know, just a little bit, not too much. You don't want to put a lot, you don't want to cake it on because putting too much is going to obviously cause a lot of buildup. I used to do I kind of do like 1, 2, 3 through each section. So I'll put like 3 drops in each section. So like down the sides and then 1 up the middle. And then as I rub through the sections, right, I just make sure that I'm getting kind of equal distribution of that sealant or that oil on my scalp. Yeah, that's kind of how I do it. Now, I'll briefly go into oils a little bit because I feel like I'm not giving you enough if I just say, get oil. Somebody's gonna come back with some oil from the gas station. Like, I got my oil. Like, no. Use essential oils and vegetable oils. Why? Because those 2 types of oils are essential to the body. The body recognizes those as things that are very beneficial for it. There's no additives, there's no extra nonsense that they're putting into it. So you know you're just giving your hair the most essential and healthy things for yourself. So I'll just show you the ones that I use real quick. So these 2 oils, and I'll go one at a time. So you've got your grapeseed oil, right? Another big thing too is making sure you get a healthy brand. And now I'm kind of going too deep into the oil thing, but I just want to give you a brief little overview. So I have my grapeseed oil, which is a good light oil. It's very light, and the reason why I like using a light oil, especially in the starter lock phase, is the thicker oils you use can kind of start to cause buildup, right? They can, if they're too thick and you're oiling your hair, let's say every other day or every 3rd day even, for some people maybe doing it every day, that's just a lot of buildup, especially if you're not washing your hair as frequently as you'd like to. Once your locks mature, you can wash your hair pretty much as often as you want, but in that starter lock phase, you're not really washing your hair often. So if you're putting in oil, let's say 3 times a week, and you're washing your hair once a month, that's a lot of buildup that can happen. So the good thing about the grapeseed oil is it's a lighter oil, it's still gonna seal the moisture into your hair, and you just don't have to worry too much about the buildup. Now I typically oil my hair 2 to 3 times a week. Especially now that it's winter, it's just a little colder outside, so I'm going about 3 times a week where I'm putting in my moisture and my oils. Now, another one that you can use is, you've probably heard a lot about it, but it's castor oil. So castor oil, very similar properties to the grapeseed oil, but the castor oil is a little thicker, and you'll just notice it's a little bit more viscous when you're pouring it in. This is just your thicker oil, and for some people, the castor oil is better because if you're somebody whose hair is chronically dry, or your scalp rather, is chronically dry, that castor oil will help because it's going to help to kind of make sure your hair stays moisturized and that moisture stays sealed. So this is where it kind of gets very specific to each person. Like for me, the grapeseed oil works well. I don't want to cause a lot of buildup for my hair. I don't have super dry scalp, so the grapeseed oil works perfect. To be honest, I have yet to use the castor oil. I just know that that's a really, really big one that a lot of people use. I'll use my grapeseed oil. So I'll pour some grapeseed oil about halfway up into this little bottle, and then I'll go in and I'll use my essential oils. So the essential oils are, it's kind of like a little dropper bottle, right? So you tilt it over and it just kind of drops out. Now these are very, very concentrated. And the reason why you don't want to just put this straight into your hair is for that exact reason. It's a very, very concentrated amount of oil, and this one is peppermint, and I'll explain why I use peppermint in a second. So what I usually do is I'll pour my vegetable oil about halfway into this bottle, and then I'll put like 10, 15 drops of my peppermint oil into the bottle as well. So I'm combining those two oils together so that those properties are both gonna work for my hair, right? With my grapeseed oil, whoop, this is kind of my main sealant to seal in that moisture. And the peppermint oil, and I'll just show you the other one, the tea tree oil. This combination right here, and I can't stress this enough, the itching is gonna happen. Your hair is gonna get itchy. Your scalp is gonna feel itchy. It's gonna feel probably itchier than you've ever really dealt with, or at least for me, using tea tree oil and using peppermint to kind of combine, because especially the tea tree, yo, this tea tree oil helps your itching so much. Like when you put it in your head, oh, it just, you feel like a cooling, it feels like your hair, it feels like your scalp is just like, just in a minty fresh, like it's kind of burning in a good way. You'll know what I mean. 10 drops into your concoction here with half of your vegetable oil. So bam, bam, this is just what I use. So moisture, put that oil in, massage both those in together, and I'm good to go. So very important things, keep those in mind. Okay, so we're on to number 3, which is self-maintenance. Maybe the most important thing. I mean, it's so important to take care of yourself, because if you don't, everything about you is gonna fall apart, right? Your mental health, your physical health, those two things are such a pivotal and important thing towards just your overall well-being and the way that your body functions. So because we're talking about locks, I'll stay specific to locks, because as a trainer, like I just want to go off on so many tangents when I start talking about health. So I'm going to try to really keep it basic, on point to what we're talking about. I like to compare it to a plant because it just kind of, the translation understanding for a lot of people is really easy. With a plant, you got to water it, you got to give it the right amount of sunlight. You know, you want to make sure it's in a healthy environment. You want to make sure that it's not getting toxic air or pollutants that are going into the soil. It's so similar with your hair. And the main things I tell people with this is hydration. Come here for a second, The hydration though? You should be drinking like 10 glasses of water a day. And a lot of people are going, what? Bro, 12? Nah. Think about it this way. Only drink water all day. So when you'd normally have a coffee, or when you'd normally have apple juice or a Gatorade after a workout, whatever you drink, substitute that with water. Make water what you drink all day. The reason why it's so helpful to your locks is it's gonna help to keep your scalp moisturized, right? If you're not drinking enough water, your body's gonna be dehydrated. If your body's dehydrated, your locks and your hair and your scalp are gonna be dehydrated. So it's really important to stay on your water. Let me take a sip of my water real quick. You saw that though? With the pink at the bottom. Oh. All right, back on focus. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And as far as food goes, I'm trying to keep it as basic as possible. Eat your vegetables. Have vegetables with every single meal because it's really important. And for many reasons that you probably already know, but I'm telling you again anyway. Vitamins, minerals are so essential for how your body functions, right? When you give yourself nutrients, so you're eating your proteins, your carbs, all that healthy fats, all that kind of stuff, that's all great. But your vitamins and your minerals are what allows those nutrients to really be absorbed into the body. What you're eating isn't what you put in your mouth, it's what your body's absorbing. And what helps you to absorb those nutrients are your vitamins and your minerals, and amino acids and all that other stuff. And again, I'm trying to keep it real simple. But make sure you're eating your vegetables with every single meal. If you're somebody who maybe isn't a good cook, or you know, might be a little bit too much, then make sure you're getting your supplements. Make sure you're eating or having a multivitamin specific to you. So if you're a man or a woman or whatever you are, make sure you're getting the multivitamins that you need for your body to help your body work efficiently, and use those nutrients that you're getting in your body towards keeping yourself healthy, which is gonna help keep your scalp healthy, which is gonna help keep your hair healthy. Make sure you're getting your nutrients, make sure you're getting your water, and make sure you're getting your sleep. Sleep is so important to the way that your body recovers after every day. Even if you're somebody that's not working out all the time, recovery means everything. So if you're somebody who's working from home and you're doing very mentally taxing work, or you have kids and you're running around with your kids all day, your body needs to recover. So you just want to make sure you're getting 8 hours of sleep. I know it's so cliche, but really try and get that 8 hours of sleep. So if it means you have to go to bed earlier, do that, because it's going to keep you healthy, and that sleep is going to help your body to recover properly. And if you're properly recovered, your body has more energy to do whatever you need your body to do. So if you're trying to grow locks, your body has the energy to help your scalp to grow locks, right? And the nutrients we're putting in our body and the vitamins we're putting in our body is also going to help our locks to grow. By taking care of yourself, you're just going to help increase your chances of having healthy, naturally beautiful locks without any complications down the road, right? Pretty simply put, like, these things are the essential things I think you need towards your locking process and that starter locking journey. And the sooner you can make all these things a habit, the easier it is once your hair starts to mature and just in life in general, right? The quicker we can make these necessary things a habit, the easier it is down the road. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of insight into kind of the things that I find essential and helpful. I hope it helped. If there's any essential tips you have for me, please let me know. As always, that's all I got for you today. Stay tuned, I got a couple more videos coming up. I'm gonna be 3 months locked soon, so I'll put a video out just kind of outlining a little bit more of what I've gone through in that 3-month locking process. So subscribe, hit that like button if you like this video, and if you have any good comments for me or any tips for me, please let me know. And let's keep it going, let's keep it locked, y'all. Peace!